two things. One is the zoom control, because we currently have no zoom control here. So I'll close that. And our zoom control is our default leaflet function. So do not need to input that from the plugins. We'll go to the docs. And inside the docs, we have the zoom control. So it's taking a minute. Okay. So wait, please. Sometimes it takes some time to load the website. Okay, zoom control. So how you can add a zoom control? Add a basic zoom control with two buttons, zoom in and zoom out. In order to do that, you need to call in mail.control.zoom. And after that, you add it directly to your map. Okay, and it has some options. And the default option is also the position. So we'll exploit that default option. So let's add it here and call it zoom control and paste it here. And we will give it the position option. Position. It will be top right corner. Okay. And we will add it to our map, directly to our map. Let's save that. And now let's refresh it. So now we have a zoom control. Okay. And you can change the order. Like if I want the bezier tool at the bottom of this one, so in that case, I need to cut that and paste it on the top of the bezier tool. Okay. So it will also have the draw order. So now the zoom control will be top and the bezier tool will be at the bottom. Okay. You can set it accordingly yourself. And the last thing that we'll add as an extension is a layer control. Not an extension, but is the default. That is the layers. Okay. So you can see that we can have our base layers and our overlays layer, and we can control the layers. Okay, so we'll see that how we can do that. So it is the base layers and the overlays. We currently don't have any overlays, but we have the base layers. We will see the overlays in the next lectures. So let's include this. Actually, let's copy this on base layers. Okay. Up to this portion. And let's create another section and call it to layer control and paste it here. Actually, I want to have a top variable so that I can keep it separate. So I will have my pair base layers, and I will have my, sorry, what's called, I'll keep it set. Base layer, I'll call it overlays. Okay. Base layer, overlays. I'll call it overlays. And maybe I also create a global variable for my map and keep it on the top. You can also declare it here, but I want to keep my code clean. Okay. So inside our base layers, this is the name that will appear on the screen, and this is the map is the variable name which is containing the tile layer. So actually, this screen is getting big, so I will split that into two equal halves. Split view, and this is our tiles. This is our maps names, and this is our base layer. So I'll say that Google Maps. Okay, Google Maps, and I will copy the Google Streets, or say I call it Google Streets. Okay, and I copy the variable that's containing the Google Streets layer, and I will call that OSM, OpenStreetMap. Okay, and I will copy this thing here. Comma, I'll call this Carto DB positron, and I will pass the variable that is holding that. And after that, I'll call it H3 imagery. I will pass the H3 all imagery here, not for the one that I have created for the minimap. And the last one will be open topo map. Open topo map, and I will add the open topo map. And okay. So our baseline has been defined. We have no overlays. After that, let's see that how we can add that by l.control.layers. Okay. So let's do that. l.control.layers, l.control.layers. Let's copy that. And after that, we have our base layers and our overlays and other options. So set the layer control, l.control.layers. First one is the base layers, and after the overlays, and we will add it directly to our map, my map. And I will give it a name. I'll call it control layers. That later we can use it to add our overlays here. Control layers. Okay, now let's see that how it is appearing on our screen. So now we have a base map here, and we have our base maps. Like we can change the base map from here, CartoDB position, H3 imagery, and open topo map also. Okay. Open topo map is not good looking for Dhaka city, but if you go to like a hilly region, then it is really a good looking map. So our map is set almost. We have all the extensions needed. Now it looks good. We can change our base map, and later we'll see that how we can add our vector layers here or add our data layer here. So in the next lecture, we'll discuss about GeoJSON, and after that, we'll load our own data on our web map. So see you on the next lecture.